Good morning, good evening to you all. Let's just settle our spirits for a moment. Take a deep breath. We're gonna get into something real today, something that gets under the skin of just about everybody. So I need you to come with me with an open mind. Today, we're going to ask a question as old as time itself. What is the truth? Now I want to set a scene for you. It's a scene that plays out every single day in this world, on our phones, in our homes, and in our own hearts. We all have certain figures in our lives that we respect, don't we? People we look up to, people we adore. Could be a public figure, a writer, a teacher, a pastor, someone who has spoken a truth that resonated so deeply with our soul. It felt like they reached right inside of us. We have great respect for this person. We hang on their every word. We defend them. But then it happens. They say something. They do something. Something we don't agree with, something we don't comprehend. Something that rattles the perfect image we built of them in our minds. And that's where the drama begins. Suddenly, the respect curdles into hate, the adoration turns into despicable reactions. We're no longer a fan, we're an enemy. We curse them. We call them an idiot. We call them stupid. We call them a traitor. We are overcome with a wave of negative emotion. This person could have given us 1,000 truths that nourished our spirit. But the one time they step out of line with our truth, we are so quick to jump into our feelings and just hate. No desire to keep a level head. No patience to slowly decipher what they might have meant. Some of us are even quick to anger and to threaten violence. I've seen this happen more times than I can count. I remember listening to this old radio host. We'll call him Frank. Frank had a voice like warm coffee on a cold morning. Millions of people listened to him every day. They trusted him. He was a voice of reason in a crazy world. And then one night, a caller rings in and asks him about his views on one of history's great villains. A man whose name is synonymous with evil. And the caller asks about a very specific, obscure policy this villain had enacted that, on the surface, looked efficient. And Frank, in an attempt to be a nuanced thinker, he says something like, "Well, you can't deny that on that one particular issue, the man knew how to organize." And that was it. He didn't praise the man, he didn't condone his evil. He made one clumsy, academic point about a single detail. But the world heard Frank defends a monster. The phone lines lit up with venom. People who had loved him for 20 years were now cursing his name. His inbox was filled with threats. People said if they ever met him in person, they'd harm him. A lifetime of trust, of speaking truth, erased in a single sentence because it didn't fit the simple, perfect box they had put him in. And that whole mess, it helped me realize a great truth. Many of us are still living in this grand illusion that our fellow man is a perfect being who has all the truth. But the real truth is this: no one human has all the truths of this world. None. Every single one of us is just carrying around a little piece of it. But we ain't aware of this simple fact, so we choose to hate, to argue, to start fights at the Thanksgiving table because somebody's piece of the truth doesn't look like our piece of the truth. If we just calmed ourselves and stopped putting other human beings up on a pedestal, when they say something that don't resonate with us, we wouldn't have to react in such a barbaric way. We could simply say, "I don't agree," and leave it at that. We could move on. No drama necessary. So you have to ask yourself, do I have all the truth? And if you are honest, you know you don't. So how in the world can you expect another fallible human being to have all of it? I don't care if that person is a labeled expert. I don't care what their title is. Think of a police officer. We say he received proper training, he should have known better. And maybe he should have. But one day, under pressure, in a moment of fear or anger, he acts out of order, and a situation escalates. And the public, from the safety of their couches, is so quick to judge as if they've forgotten that underneath that uniform, that badge, that training, it is still just a human. It don't matter what the title is: lawyer, judge, president, congressman, pastor, pope. These are superficial labels that we create, and we worship them, believing they make a man something more than a man. But they don't. They are all still just carrying a portion of the truth. You might sit there and say, "I would never react that way in that situation." But until you are in the fire, you have no idea what you would do. You might react the same or even worse. A little humility will carry you a long, long way in this life. Accept that you don't know it all, and you never will. And neither will the humans you worship all truths. Every last piece belong to God. Truths also change. What was considered medical truth 100 years ago is considered malpractice now. Our understanding evolves. So don't make such a big deal when you see someone else's thinking is different from yours. So if you take one thing away from this today, let it be this: that person you idolize is fallible, just like you. Stop seeing others as superior to yourself. You are not inferior. No one is your better. We just have different thoughts, different pieces of the puzzle. Stop trying so hard to change everybody's thinking. It is a fool's errand. The next time you see a clip of someone saying something that goes against your truth, don't go on a rampage. Don't be a hammer trying to pound the nail of your truth into another person's mind, because that force will be met with an equal or even greater resistance instead. Be like water, flow around the rock and move on. So let's bring it on home now. The bottom line is this: grace. Grace for the person you put up on a pedestal, and grace for yourself when you knock 'em down. Grace for the expert who makes a mistake, and grace for the part of you that's so quick to judge him for it. We're all just walking around with our little piece of the truth. It's like we each got one puzzle piece, and we're trying to act like we can see the whole picture on the box. But we can't. Only God can see the whole picture. Our job is just to be faithful with the one little piece we've been given, and to have the humility to know that our neighbor's piece, even if it looks completely different, is just as important for the final masterpiece. So I'm asking you, I am pleading with you, lay down your hammer. The world is bruised and broken enough. It don't need any more nails of judgment being pounded in. Instead, be the water, be the gentle, persistent, life-giving force that flows around the obstacles, that soothes the sharp edges, that brings cleansing where there was once only dirt and anger. This whole idea, this truth, it put a song in my heart, a prayer, really for myself first, and now for you. It's about laying that hammer down.
Used to think my eyes could see it all so clear. Used to think my truth could conquer any fear. Drew my lines in the sand, and I built my wall up high. Had my hammer in my hand, ready to make a stand against any fool who dared to ask me why. But Lord, you know I'm only holding just my piece of the truth, piece of the truth. This little stone that I've been polishing, while the whole wide mountain is you. So I lay my judgment down right here on this holy ground, cause I've only got my piece of the truth, and Lord, you hold the rest. Used to put my faith in the words of mortal men, build 'em up as kings, just to tear 'em down again. When their single piece of truth, so shiny and so bright, didn't match the one I knew. In the darkness of the night, I'd call the light inside of them a lie. But Lord, you know they're only holding just their piece of the truth, piece of the truth. little stone that they've been polishing, while the whole wide mountain is you. So I lay my anger down right here on this holy ground, cause they've only got their piece of the truth. And Lord, you hold the rest. So teach my angry heart to be like water, flow around the stones of my brothers and my daughters. Let me listen, let me learn, let the fires of my pride burn down to nothing, till all that's left is your quiet grace saying something. Son, you know you're only holding just your piece of the truth, this little stone that you've been polishing, while the whole wide mountain is you. So lay your burden down right here on this holy ground, cause you've only got your piece of the truth. And child, I hold the rest. You hold the rest. All the pieces I can't see, so let it flow. Oh, let the water flow through me. Just my peace, yes, Lord, it's just my peace, and I give it all to Thee. Amen.